And I am back, and I don't know whether this music is too loud, so I think I'm going to turn it down a touch, because I'm hearing it rather loud, so I think everybody else will be getting blasted into next week. So, the continuation of last night. I have been messing around with this a little bit today, doing a few little tweaks. I was going to say that I was going to be putting in a routine today that tells me which ones are the available rooms and which ones are the unavailable rooms, but I remembered I already had the routine, I just had it commented out. And it basically checks which ones are usable and which ones are not usable, and even running it today, I'm seeing that the setting of the usable and unusable is not working. I've also been messing around with a few graphics. I was meant to be having a Skype session with my guy who's going to be doing graphics for it. I don't know what happened. I reached out to him. He didn't come back to me. I didn't feel like I was needing to hound him, because obviously anything could have happened, I really don't know. So I've been messing with my own little graphics, because I can't be using not using him in that sense, but I can't be using him as an excuse for not changing any of the graphics, because if I was doing this all on my own, I'd be doing this all on my own. So I've been messing around with some of the graphics. I've changed the doors. I'm going to be also, not tonight, but working on the windows, so that the outside rooms, technically on the outside of the level, got little windows just aesthetically, so it looks like it's an outside wall. I've also changed the bomb graphics. Yeah, I'll show you what I've done. Oh, I'll need to turn that routine off. I just realised I've got the routine on that shows me which rooms are usable and which rooms are not usable. Green being good, red being bad, and it seems to be okay, but I'll show you in a little while when I regenerate. But for now, let me just turn that off. It is in here, and just turn that off real quick. So, anyways, let me see. So the security, I need to fix that. Still, I keep forgetting they're appearing. Oh well, no, that wouldn't happen. It's just that this room thinks it's usable. It's not. That's probably what it is. So I've changed the guy graphics, just to the ones that he originally provided me on a little bit of a snippet. I'm thinking about using. I've got this program called Sprite Pro where you can give it graphics. In this case it's just blocks, but you can give it graphics and it can do the animation for you, so it would look like he's walking. I've changed the security cards, so it doesn't just say security card now. Hold on a minute. Like I said, I've changed the doors so they're just basic, but they've got a colouring on them now. So like that's a yellow door, obviously pistol, the chucker. So what I did, let's just being asked on a separate. Oh well, I've been asked in my Discord channel, am I rolling now? Yes, I suppose. Yeah, so anyways, the chucker now has, which I'm sort of pleasantly, hold on a minute, announcements, it's in there. So yeah, that's sorry, I just cannot multitask to save my life. So welcome to the stream. So yeah, this chucker, basically I've done a little spanner now. So hey Steve, there's going to be another guy in a minute coming in here. and this is going to get really confusing because you're Steve and his handle's going to be Steve, so I could say Steve twice and you'll both get confused, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, because I'm just chatting to him. He's one of my friends in Discord. So does it not have a link to the Twitch? No, it wouldn't, Steve. It'd have a link to my website. It's always got a link to my website, and then when you go to my website, that's where the link to the Twitch is. And BBC Micro, that could be anybody. I'm assuming, based on our previous conversation, who it is, but I don't know. Yeah. Okay, so Steve meet Steve. Steve meet Steve. Green King Dog is Steve. He's one of my old co-workers back in England. BBC Micro, he's another Steve. And Hey Man Mark is Mark, funnily enough. But if you want to just go, hey man, but he's in work at the moment himself, but he's on his break. So, anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, to Green King Steve. The link normally goes from the Twitter to my website, and then when you go there, it shows you the Twitch streaming page. It's one of those, can't guarantee someone's going to find my site from the Twitch page. I'd rather them find my site and then the first or second line down, it's like my Twitch streaming page is here, so they should be able to get to it, I hope. Yeah, and I've also pressed a key in the Discord, so it looks like I'm typing forever. Oh, why have I got the hiccups? I went to Wendy's before, rather nice it was. So yeah, I changed the graphics on that's why I'm typing in there. Changed the graphics in the timed bomb. Doesn't say bomb now. I did the graphics myself, and they're just a bomb, and it just counts down, and then obviously explodes like it did do. Also, like I said, my chucker thing now is a little spanner. Ooh, he's not checked. That needs to be fixed. That really needs to be fixed. It thinks I'm in the wrong room there. Hold on a minute. See that bouncing the wrong way because it's detecting. Let me regenerate a level. Now that wasn't doing that before. And I've only added in the code that, where's the objects? Oh, channel. Did I put it in here as well? Yeah, I did. No, I didn't. What? Did I put it in here? No. No, I didn't put it in there either. It should just be in here. Weapons. It should just be done. Usable or not usable. If it's a current screen or room, it's a room, and then no, because that's the shine of lights. I just realised. Oh God, the chucker and the chucky. No, it's not as in that horrible clown. I did have that routine that go away. Yeah, the MP grid. I'm gonna have to display the MP grid on it to see what's going on. I think I've goofed with the MP grid by mistake and didn't realise. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, there you go, Steve. Thank you for the follow. Say that it feels right. Hey there, Joe Bo GM, and you, Mark. Thank you. Did you realise now you get notified when I go online? So it's gonna happen, unfortunately. And yeah, again, welcome to Jobo GM, and I won't try bore you too much. Right, I've now got to find out. Let me see. I can't remember the control. Yeah, it's just MP grid draw. yeah, it won't get crazy. It's not like I'm gonna have a big party. Well, I might do. It's only gonna be me, and me again. I'm talking about party. I'm having a drink. I was instructed by the wife I have to finish off my Southern Comfort, otherwise it's a waste. So I've got an unopened bottle of Jim Beam, but I'm finishing my Southern Comfort. Right, so I need to find my routine because I know I've got it in here. Oh, at least I thought I had it in here. I could have sworn that when I press, am I thinking that? I'm thinking about video meanies, I think. I'm sure I had. Yeah. Debug visuals. So they're on, so I can see which is good, which is bad. Not good and bad, but I mean. Oh dear. I got that wrong. No, that one. Okay, so the red is what it would bounce off when it detects. I haven't got any weapons at the moment, so it's not displaying. Let's give myself any old weapon. Alright, Mark, I will, I don't know when your next break is. I'll be still online till about 9:30 Eastern. So, you know, if you're still floating around or whatever, you're welcome to pop back, but don't work too hard. I know you don't anyway, you're like me. Okay, so you can clearly see the walls, and my depth of my explosion's wrong. I need to fix that. That's again because of the whole GMS 1.4 to GMS 2. The pistols stop it when I get there. Flamethrower is obviously still working, and I got an error. What is that error? Let me see. Put it into Notepad. Weapon array. Not set. Why is it not set? Half-Life. Half-Life. I don't know which one. Bugger it. I'll find that error later. I was trying to find out why my chucker wasn't chucking. If a woodchuck could chuck wood, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck? A woodchuck could chuck wood. Okay, so I really need to give this. I need to put a key in here that just gives me all the weapons. Because where am I? Really? Okay, I'm there. Where is... Oh, I'm there. Okay. See, I don't even know the levels of my own game, because they're all random. Okay, so... let's just find a nice open room. At the moment, I've got all the enemies and everything turned off. I do not need the distraction. Okay, so you may or may not be able to see top left hand corner is changing when I roll the mouse. Okay, so why is it going the other way? it's not hitting anything. Why is that doing that all of a sudden? It's like it's going down that way by default, like north, southwest all the time, no matter which direction I'm starting. But the point direction should be set where the right mouse draws the line to the crosshair, which is there, but that's because of the depth thing again. So that increases the power, okay, and then the moment I let go of the power, the direction, go away. I bet you that's what it is. It's because the crosshair isn't visible. The end X and the end Y is being determined by the crosshair here, which isn't visible. That can't be the only reason though. I need to... No, it must be visible because the line is being drawn. It's just the depth. Okay, let me just change it. Where is the routine that creates the thing? Is there? I think that's the only one. I think. Curious why though you picked BBC Micro and not like Acorn Electron or BBC Master. So I used to like the BBC Master. You press, was it Shift and Function and F10 or Function and Break? You could do Star FX10 and something to disable the break function, but I used to like the BBC Micro and the Master had the old facility. So if you lost your soft program or whatever, you could basically type old and the whole thing was back again. You need to turn these doors off. I don't need the doors on at the moment. You've seen them now. So I'm just going to turn my doors off. This is a function that's on this game maker that I do not like. For some reason, this script, it's associating this script with this block of scripts. So unless this window on the left's open, I can't open the one on the right, and I don't know why, and it's really bugging me. So let me just turn the doors off. I'm going to turn the keys off, but I'll leave the weapons on because that's obviously what I'm playing around with. Hey Ryudo, how's it going? Okay, so again, why am I not seeing the crosshair? I should be seeing the crosshair. Crosshair should be there. Why is the crosshair not there? And why is that throwing it that way? I don't know. Yeah, well, one foot. Yeah, I do apologise for being on my times. But no, I appreciate the follow. But if it's late for you and you need to go to bed, go to bed because it's clearly past your bedtime. It's only 10 to 8 here. and there's nothing wrong with your writing. It's readable, that's the main thing. But for the most part, I'm always going to be on this time until I get used to it. People being different time zones, stuff like that. I may do a random one at like Saturday afternoon for people from, you know, my hometown and around that area, GMT +1 and whatever, just to keep them happy. But I'm normally not awake. Well, I am up, but I'm normally half asleep still at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But that's just me. So anyways, I digress. I was wanting to see why the crosshair wasn't appearing. So I'm going to use the debug, and I'm going to run it in debug so I can pause it and see if I have an instance of the crosshair, which I should have, because otherwise it would crash out saying the instance doesn't exist, yada yada yada. But that being said, I can also pull up where it's X and its Y is, so I can have a rough idea of comparison to the player. So first of all, pause it. There's all the different things. Detect, the lighten, the pistol. So it's not there yet because I haven't obviously got the RPG out. Yeah, I know, it's one of those things. I generally only do on a Friday night and Saturday night anyway. But I don't know. It's there's not that many Game Maker Studio developers at the moment on Twitch. So you know, like I said, I'm just trying it, just to see how many followers I get, see how many people enjoy it, see how many people come along, and then I'll probably tweak my schedule. But I've always got to keep the wife happy. She prioritizes, you know. Okay, so I've got the RPG. The RPG should be displaying a crosshair. So it's there. It's showing it's there. What is its built-in variables? Okay. So it is there. Its depth's -10, so it should be above everything else. Yeah, but I've only been doing this what, maybe 2 months or so, and I had to learn. There was a couple of people saying to me as well, it's like, talk outside what's in your head, even if you're talking through your own code, because people come along. I've done it myself. I've gone along to streams and all you can hear is either the keyboard being hit or them sitting there like, and you don't know whether their stream's frozen or what. So I've just learned to ramble. Luckily I've got a couple of people who I know who come in now and again, so it's actually easier for me to talk than code and not talk, because I'm just rambling to them anyway. So it's advantageous having friends watching me. But I have a tendency to ramble as well. But I'm only doing 2 hours a night, Friday and Saturday, so I've got enough time to cram stuff in, stuff like that, or not, as the case may be. So anyways, so the instance is there. I wonder if I need to give it a really... I shouldn't have to change its depth, like to really high. Everything's normally set... Oh, yeah, I do believe the crosshair is actually there. Do you know what the problem is? I think, I might be wrong. Where is the sprite? I can't remember. And yes, I like my organization stuff. Where did I put it? Really? There. There's the problem. Notice anything? It's the same colour as the bloody background, so that's why I can't see it. No, no, it's cool. You go and do what you need to do. I know we all need our beauty sleep at times. Um, like I said, I'll probably change the times to accommodate for people, but at the moment I'm just settling myself in anyway. These actually go up on YouTube after the fact, so subscribe to my YouTube and you'll see them up there after it, and you enjoy yourself, have a good night, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Alright, take it easy, fella. Or man or woman, I don't know what you are, but yeah, take it easy. So I need to change the colour of this to a dark colour, because then that way I'll be able to see the thing. Yeah, okay, just check. You do assume that everyone's a guy, but some people can throw you for a loop. So, well, yeah, Steve, I get you totally. Obviously, 8 o'clock for me. You get some kip, and watch this on YouTube after the fact, and you'll see where I went, what I did, what I broke, and all that lot. You just enjoy yourself, and speak to you tomorrow online. So anyways, this now, as it's a darker colour, should be visible, I'm hoping. Let's see. Oh, my neck. Don't know why I do that, it hurts. Okay, so let me just regenerate so I'm close to something. You see, unfortunately I've got it configured so that I've got to pick up a weapon so that the thing appears up the top. Okay, so I'm still not seeing... Why am I not seeing the projectile? I love projectile. What's it called? Not a scope. Yeah, is it a scope? Scope. I think it's a scope. Good night, Steve. Why is the... Why is it not there? Okay, so... Oh, I've got to just call it crosshair, because that's what I've called it. So, let me see... Horror, I can't spell. Now, where's the routine that creates it? Okay, so that's the one that creates it. Weapon collected. If it doesn't exist, it creates it. But then the crosshair then should stay, yeah, close to where the mouse X and the mouse Y is. Because it basically stays within a radius of the player, because I don't obviously want to go on all over the show. So that's just when I've got the joystick routine in play as well. That's the thing I don't like. The mouse is circular, the joystick's square, but it's no biggie at the moment. So realistically, if I just run it under debug mode, and then pick up a weapon wherever the weapons are. I really need to change my level so that it's there's a weapon down there. Okay, so it gets to it. I basically just shot myself down there because I've got this little pathfinder that just works its way down there. So it gets to it. Now the X at the moment is 208, which is obviously way over to the left, and the Y is 2408. So 208 would be round about there. It is displaying it. I can see it. I could see it. You can't. I'm gonna make it black. and then I'm going to clear out the cache so that in case it's using a previous graphic, shouldn't be, but just in case, you never know, that's why it uses a cache. So I'm going to clean the cache. Clean the cache. Okay. Why am I still on spinning mouse? Alright, let's run it in debug mode. Debug mode. So I can pause it. Well, not so I can pause it, so it'll trip itself at a certain point and just stop. Let's see what happens. Okay, so weapon, or a weapon, is over here. Right, okay, so it's paused and got to that point, which is fine. Change its X and its Y, it's not appearing. That's just then checking if it's using the joystick. So it's getting to the routine it needs to get to. Working out the direction and the distance between the player and where the mouse is. If it's within a certain radius, it then just locks itself to that location. What's happening in here isn't coming out of here. I have a funny feeling that this routine, or the routine that throws the spanner, is based on the crosshair. See, all the weapons should have a crosshair on them, and the fact that it's not appearing is, even though the instance is there. Okay, I'm gonna cheat, or not cheat. I'm gonna basically set the X and Y of the crosshair to the X and Y of the player, so at least if it's a depth issue, I'll still be able to see it. So it would be around now. Should be around. So if I now pause, go into the instances, the crosshair is there. This is one of the things I like about the debug. Okay, so 5781015. So 5781015. It's got to be the depth. So where are you? Come here, you little spine. Now why is it not appearing? That's gonna bug me. Because the depth should stay the same because it's created at the create event, so it's the X and Y though. Oh, that's gonna bug me. It is a bug. I'm a poet and didn't even know it. I've lost it again. Where have you gone? You're there. You see the display of the chucker appears right by it, and I've seen that appear. So that's annoying. Let me see. It's just this little routine. Player X, player Y, and then that's that. So why are you not appearing? Really, why are you not appearing? Because when it appears, it should appear the X and Y of the object player, which is this. Why is that not appearing? Hey, hey, hey. See, another thing with that is when that explodes, the explosion isn't appearing, but it's weird that there's no projectile. I'm on the RPG. Am I doing the depth the right way around? As far as I was aware, the depth is negative, which makes it higher. I always get this wrong way around, but I believe the negative number, yeah, negative number is higher, which is a bit silly, but anyway. So if it is set as negative 10, it should be on top of everything else, and then when I change it to negative 100, unless where was it though? Let me just change it to a object player X, object player Y, just for, as they say, shits and giggles. Not set before. What? Display crosshair. What's that error? Let me see. Object. Oh, you idiot. You'd think I'd see this before I hit play. You really would. That'd be too easy. Just not there. Okay, so let's just do something stupid, and then I'm going to look at the command display crosshair and see what's happening, because I reckon that might be killing it as well. Yeah, it's something else. It has to be. It's probably the display crosshair script. Whoops. Don't mind me. Where are you? Display crosshairs. Which just takes it to that. If the weapon's collected true. Okay, let's just debug that and see how it gets to this. Because the moment I collect a weapon, it should give me the crosshair. But it's not. Yeah, it's not. Did I run that in debug mode? I didn't, did I? Here, yo. Let's run it in debug mode. Okay, so it calls it. So it's getting there. Why does it not appear? Now, no, because it's... Ugh. Ay, 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 ay. I wasn't even planning on doing this tonight. I was doing the bit where it displays the rooms that are working and which aren't working, or accessible aren't accessible. And I wanted to show you the new graphics, but because this has happened, so the instance doesn't exist, it then creates it. But it's not visible. Why is it not visible? It has to be to do object player, try with me, that's fine. The global weapon is collected. Let's see if that max, something's corrupting that max distance, maybe, and that's why it's staying so close to the player, but the player's on top of it. If you get me. And I didn't run it in debug mode. Urgh. It's a little bit annoying. Okay. So it gets to there, and then it should freeze at that point. Okay, so max distance, if land is greater than max distance, right, so the length is further away than the maximum distance, and then it would just max it out at that point. Using joystick, it's fine. That is just a routine for the score. That has really got me flummoxed. Really has got me flummoxed. Just because I can, I'm going to increase the maximum distance. Shouldn't make any difference whatsoever. And it's going to bug me. It worked in 1.4. Why is it not working now? It's not appearing. Right, let's find out where it is. Because, and I hope it's not going to be something obvious. One of the reasons I have, I'll show you something. See, like these box bad, box good, stuff like that. They are just random graphics, but they can also be used to help me find out what has happened with, like for example, I'll show you. Object crosshair. It is visible, but I'm now going to change it to that one. Excuse me. So when I run it now, instead of a little teeny crosshair, I'm going to have a big red square. If it's there. And then at least I can see it. Really? Okay, so right, it is definitely not on the screen because you would see a big red square. But if it's not on the screen, where is it? Because in the instance list it was there. That's the old view. Am I doing anything at all with this crosshair? That's just... No, because it has to be there, because the flamethrower and frost thrower both point towards the crosshair. What the? So the instance list shows it's there. The flamethrower and the frost thrower both point towards it, so it's there. The time bomb places where it is as well. The RPG points towards it. So why is it not visible? Wow, that's confusing. That is really confusing. That is confusing. And I don't know why. Okay, so 3382 and 563. It's not there yet. Now it's there. 563, 3382. The depth is -9, which is what I configured it on. It's got the big sprite because it's 384 by 384. So it's got the right sprite, it's got the right X, it's got the right Y, it's got the right depth. So again, coming down here, nothing's changing. and then it exits the routine. The debug visuals is just checking for various things. Checks the gamepad, goes through them. Yeah. How many GP numbers are we gonna get to? 12. What are we actually at? 5. Hold on slowly. Whoops. Where are we at now? 11. Sign the first gamepad. Bosh. God mode. Yeah. We won't worry about that. Then it checks the gamepads for all the up, down, left, right, down stuff, crap. Checks the left button, right button, weapon info, which is the top left hand corner, and then it sets a couple of alarms for, can't remember what them alarms are for, but anyway. Then the projectile stuff, again that doesn't need to be. This is the score down the bottom right hand corner, which really shouldn't be doing anything because I've got no score at the moment. Real player debug, then that is just for the enemy lights. Then it's just displaying the health, which is always going to be full on, and then it just sets a few variables, draws the text, I wonder if when I did this the other day, maybe I shouldn't have. I was going about it. Oops, I'm in the wrong. Am I still running? No. I added all this in yesterday. So I'm wondering whether I shouldn't have done it. It was to do with the compatibility and the depths. So it doesn't actually need depth if it's 0 because that's the default depth anyway. So I'm going to take all these out just to see if that has any influencing factor. Where's that one? That's on. Yeah, I don't even use that now. I really need to get rid of that. Oh, a lot of old code in here that I don't need, because I originally had these maps loading in from an external program called Tiled, and I was drawing all the levels and it worked, but it was too fixed, so that's why I turned into the random generation. Why aren't you typing there? Oh, because I'm in the debugger. Stupid. How does that jump to the debugger? Close that. Okay, so they are all the ones that I put in. Hopefully I didn't need them. I'm hoping. But it's still got me a little bit flummoxed as to why the crosshair's not appearing, and it's actually starting to annoy me because everything about this hasn't changed. Because like I said, it needs the object to be there to work out which direction the rocket's going. Okay, so that's a little bit annoying. And it's got a huge, it's just not on the screen. Oh, that's annoying. the way, hecky. Yeah, typos, they're not my strongest thing either. The amount of times I've typed completely wrong. But hello to you too, Gameo. At the moment, I am only starting up on the streaming, so I'm generally only doing it on a Friday and a Saturday between 7:30 and 9:30 Eastern. Just until I get a feel for it, see how many people like it, don't like it, whatever. And then I may do more hours, longer hours, different days, I don't know. We'll see. But at the moment, my schedule, or schedule, whatever you want to call it, is below. It's on my website. So if it changes, you know, it'll be on there, or just follow, and then if when I go live, you should get that notification, and then you'll know. But at the moment, I'm stumped as to why my crosshair is not appearing. It was on 1.4. I moved from 1.4 to 2, and it's now not appearing. And the graphics, the only way I can describe it, and obviously I don't know your age, it's just going to be a top-down. At the moment, it's a top-down, go around, kill things, like Alien Breed back on the Amiga back in the day. Because even the new Alien Breed, which is on the PC, I believe is 3D now. So I couldn't really say Alien Breed because that would confuse people. I don't really have a direction for it yet, because I'm just allowing it to evolve. I'm waiting on. I've got a friend who I've made who says that his life gets in the way. He's going to do the graphics for me, but I don't know as yet. I do believe that the graphics are going to inspire the game, but at the moment all I've got is a setup where I can generate, pardon me, random levels. This is the easy level. If I change a few bits and bobs, hold on a moment, I'll just put it on the highest difficulty, should we say. When the level generates, like I said, it's pure random. I didn't want to do like a dungeon type game. I want to do more of a, basically this, I'm calling it at the moment Highrise Escape, because you are going to be in a high-rise building and either going up or down, or you know, going from level to building to get an objective done, which again I don't know what it's going to be, but you can see these levels can be fairly big, and like I said, it's all randomly done, and the weapons are placed. It also has doors, it has enemies. At the moment I've got them all turned off because I'm trying to debug this crosshair, but if I turn them on, there's my scripts. So basically it's got random doors, it's got random enemies, it's got random fixed enemies, which in my case is turrets, and it's got keys. Let me put it onto a level 2 rather than a huge level 3, because level 3 is big, whereas level 2 is just a middle for diddle. Well, actually, I'll run it again. Be a little bit smaller, the levels, but like I said, you can see you've got the weapons, you've got the security cards, which if you pick up a yellow security card you can open a yellow door. You've got the little guys over here on the right who'll sit there and wander around on their own. You've got the turrets. Let me see if I open that yellow door. So if I go around here, the red lines that you can see as like the zone where they will, you can just see them tracking me. If I go into the closer zone, you then start shooting at me. A lot of these lines you can see, and these big red circles around the enemies, is purely debug, so I can see their zone as to what they're the danger zone, should we say, if that makes sense. So that's principally the game, but it's just going to evolve, and if I get people to help me with the graphics and the sound, I'm happy with that. I've got a full-time life, I've got a full-time wife, so I'm just doing it day by day by day, see what happens. So let me put this back to the way it was. I hope that sort of explained it. If there's anything I missed, by all means ask. If I don't know the answer, I don't know. So what did I switch back? I need to switch the items off. Oh, come on. Let's turn the doors back off. I need the weapons on though, because I'm doing that for the crosshair testing. So why is my crosshair not appearing? It should be, like I was saying, the sprite is there. Not the sprite, the instance is there. Why is it not appearing? And it's a stupidly high depth, so it should be there. And it really has me confused. So, you know, you pick the weapon up, it goes to the routine. That's because I've got debug mode on. It just hit a breakpoint. It's now gone on there. It really should appear. I wonder. I know what I'll do. I know what I'll do. I'll cheat. I will use this. The box good. I really prefer visual debug stuff, so I can see what's going on. I really can't. I don't like stepping through code. It doesn't tell me anything. So what I'm going to do, because I can, if this exists anywhere on the screen, I'll put it in. I'll put it in here actually, just because I can. Okay, so oh, itchy eye. Instance exists. Books. Good. And the reason you've got to do, well, you don't have to, the reason I'm doing this, if instance exists, it's just to add that extra little check, because if you forget to create it, and then you get the errors, and oh, it all goes confusing. Object box, good, X equals mouse, X, object box, good, Y equals mouse, Y. So, if the crosshair exists and the box is good, I need the else. Instance create depth not comma -10 comma object box bad. Okay, so what I'm doing there is I'm saying if the crosshair exists, then it's, if the box good's there, it will put the box good at the X and the Y. I also, my code crap sometimes, but I don't care. If it gets to the point that it does what I want it to do, then I'm good. Everybody's coding style is different. Okay, so now all I've got to do is go object crosshair. Here's the one here, and I'm going to create the box good at exactly the same place and exactly the same depth. So theoretically now, when the crosshair appears, the box good should appear, and that way it will be right by the mouse. If the crosshair goes away, I'll see a red box right by the mouse, in theory. And you'll also learn with me, I use that in theory a lot. Okay, so the crosshair has to be around because I've got a green box. So where the devil is the crosshair? Because if you look at that code, I'm saying if the instance exists, the crosshair. If the instance exists, the green box, which is the good one, it moves it to the mouse X and Y. If it doesn't exist, it creates a red box, which is the bad box, and then if the bad box exists, it moves that around. So the crosshair is on the screen somewhere. Why am I not seeing it? Let me just put any old... No, I won't use that. Let's use that one. The crosshair is on there. It's not changing anything to do with its depth. It's just its X and its Y has gone right by the object. Every step, which I need to clear that as well. I don't need that. Max distance allows more. No. It's not going to be. Let me just try something. I'm going to move the window. This is really ludicrous. But I'm going to move the window when it runs over to the other side of the screen. So there's the red box ready just to appear if need be. Where am I on there? So I need to basically go over here. Okay, so there's the box. Now let me just move it. No, that didn't do anything. I just thought it was to do with the mouse X versus the view X and Y. That really has me stumped. That really has me stumped. I've got another bug as well. I don't know whether you noticed that then. Some of the objects are still appearing outside. Again, I'll fix that. No biggie on that one. So I don't know whether you're still here or not, Gamio, but are you working on anything yourself? Are you into game dev, GMS, Unity? I'll stop talking now in case you're still, if you're not here, if you've actually left. I don't know, you see, I can't tell. Let me see, so mouse, object player, and direction. It's got me stumped. It really has me stumped. It's the moment to pick the weapon up. The box appears. Obviously, it's against the routine where it knows the crosshair's there, but there's no crosshair on the screen. Really has me stumped. Just check something. Do. Depth has nothing wrong, nothing to do with that. It's like it's disappearing. It's got me stumped. I said it really doesn't matter about the depth, because if I set these both on the same depth, you'll find that the green box is still there as well when I run this. Object player X and Y, which is my main player, if weapon collected is true, because I've picked up the weapon. If the object crosshair doesn't exist, it then creates the crosshair. And then creates the box. So why is it not appearing? See, there's the box on 0 depth, so it wouldn't matter. Anyone is welcome to backseat code, I really don't mind. Am I doing anything at all to it in any of the script? So one of the things I'm worried about is the what was it? Oops, what was it to report? That's just when it's converting stuff. Again, that's nothing to do with. That's through the inventory panel. Why is that highlighting that? I don't know. Again though, see the angle of the flames goes towards the crosshair. Okay, I'm going to just try something here. I'm going to close, whoops, hold on a minute. I'm going to close GameMaker and then I'm going to reopen it. Can't see this having any effect whatsoever. But I'm going to try. I know yesterday I was watching Jeff, and he had code. He's using Unity, and he had code where it was there, and then he switched from the mono develop or whatever it's called over to Visual Studio, and the code went, and then he switched back and the code reappeared, and it was, yeah, confusing. So let me quit GameMaker and start GameMaker again. Again, I can't see this being a problem, but I don't know why it's doing it. I don't know why I also get sinusy when I'm coding. I'm just loading it back up. I will switch windows in a second. Okay, so it's there. I say it's there, but it's, I don't know until they play. See, this is one of these problems that you can't really reach out to a forum and say, hey, can you help me with this? Because there's so many variables that could be involved in it. So many things that could be goofing it up, but it's like it has to be there because the flamethrower is following the crosshair, and the crosshair is following the mouse. I just don't know why it's not appearing. That has me stumped. Really has me stumped. But then, like I said, the explosion, where's it gone? The big explosion and the little explosion, for some reason they don't have the sprites. Why don't they have the sprites? They should be there. Big explosion, little explosion. Why are they not there? Again, that's probably a compatibility thing. Let me see. Sprites. Big explosion. It appears to be there, but it also appears to be all to shoot, as in different. Okay, so big explosion. Why do I not have in sprites? Hold on a moment. Big explosion. No, they're there. I'm just looking at the Windows Explorer over here, and I can see, you know, I have all the animation, but because it's in no real particular order, that's annoying me. And there's a ton of it's all done by layers. That's really going to get confusing. So let me go into the spirits, explosions. Let me see. They are there, and they go boom, boom, boom. So why are they not here? The thumbnails. Okay, so that's annoying. Let me just do something so that it updates itself. It's definitely there, obviously. Okay, so it's there. I'm wondering if that's the reason I can't see the crosshair. Just like you can't see the explosion, it's happening, but because it's not there, so, you know, this one is there now. It wasn't there. Let me just run the... Actually, that's what I might need to go into the crosshair and come out, or edit it, even though no, because I've already done that. Changed its colour from white to black. Okay, so RPG is not explode. Time bombs staying there. That's still throwing it down then. I know it's graphical offsets off on that for a start, I'll tell you that much. That should be middle. Middle. And that should be middle center as well. And that one is middle center. But I still don't know why. See, that's saying top left, and yet it's in the middle. I wonder if that's got something. There's something due to the import, I believe, that has goofed up. Let me just check these. Middle center, that's fine. Top left, put that on middle center. Okay, so still not appearing. And the explosion still not exploding. Big explode. No, I don't need the sprite, I need the actual object. Well, that's what I was also going to do, wasn't I? God me. No, it's okay. The collision mask doesn't. Well. Yeah, leave that as is. That's not really going to be the issue. Yeah. No, I don't want to find that. I want to find big explosion. Not crosshair. Cannot. That's not being used anymore, the depths. Even though it was -2, but that really shouldn't matter. Because I'm just configuring it in this array. Big explosion. Can't see. Let me just put its depth to -2, because that's what the compatibility script had, which tells me I had that in 1.4. It shouldn't matter, because everything on 0 is flat. It's above the level. It's nothing. I need some weapons. Where's all the weapons? Oh, there. Oh, I'll just turn the thing on, the flashlight. Okay, so I have all the weapons. RPG, no bing bang bong, it's just not. See, that's the, whoops. Can't see it because I've got it not turned on. I've got that many different keys to test things, it's scary. Ah, no explosion. It shouldn't. Let me go back. Explosion. So it's in here. Let me just delete that frame. I can always add that first frame back in anyway. Okay, so and it is middle center. I can't see how. Let me just for S and G's, as I like saying, separate texture. I wanted to see if it will generate elsewhere, like refresh its knowledge about the sprites, basically. It's doing something different. Auto generate texture root name 2930, so it's doing all the frames. Interesting. This one should get up to about 24 because there's only 24 frames in this big explosion. Yep, got up to 24. Now it's doing the lower numbers. But it's still not. That is annoying. Okay, now that's working again because I've obviously fixed the orientation. I really don't know why the crosshair is not appearing. So it was the orientation that was the issue for the reason it was bouncing wrong. It was set to custom, and I know why, because the center was the center until I resized my sprites, and then it became custom and I didn't put it back to center. Silly me. But I still got no crosshair, and I don't know why. Has me flummoxed. Because like I said, I'm even using that as the debug, and that's not even appearing. That has me really flummoxed. Really flummoxed. Has to be there. And it's generating them, and then they're not dying, they're just staying there. And all them box pads which are plopping themselves on top of one another. Okay, so that being said then, okay, yeah, that's because the crosshair, yeah. I can't remember is it weapon collected? If my global weapon collected equals true, because I basically need to say there's a weapon collected, because all that was happening is the crosshair didn't exist, so it was creating that object box bad, which was just sitting there for God knows how long, creating so many of them. So I've just put that in there to say if the weapon's collected, it's true. So if the instance doesn't exist, but the weapon's collected true, it would create the box bad. But again, it's still not. It's confusing me as to why it's not appearing. It should be. It really should be. I know that's obviously blatantly obvious. Because if I though pause it, go to instances. Where are you? See, crosshair. It's there. Built-in variables. The fact that they are not right, I can't see that being an issue. But I'm going to eliminate that as a I'm going to eliminate that, not that one. So I said, okay, so this is going to be just not needed, but just because I don't want integers, are they called, where they can be numbers up to high numbers. Let me just see. X from equals round. From round. Y type routine, I don't know. Again, this is just to see easier visuals when it comes into the code as well. X from X from X from X from. No, it's Y from. I'll leave the rest of that for now. Yes, this is a weird way of doing debugging, but everybody has their own way. This is my way. And this X and Y is just itself So that's another reason why I know it has to be there, because it would bomb, but it wouldn't even be doing this routine. X2, Y2. Change that. And I'm going to actually get rid of this, not get rid of it, blip it out, because I'm not using a joystick at the moment. And what? Oh yeah, because I've got that main idiot, or as one of my friends likes to call me, dipstick. Okay, so let's just get that out of that routine. I just don't need the extra code confusing things. I shouldn't need round on the mouse, but I'm going to put it anyway. See, this whole new GMS2, I don't know whether it's got a different underneath. That's actually, oh, shine a light. It's that one. Not Y2, it's Y from. Y from. Max distance 600, 120. Direction is that one. Oh, golly gosh. Still no crosshair. I'm wondering if it's to do with the extra sprite. Not the sprite, but so now the sprite player works. The crosshair is appearing. I shouldn't have to do this. Again, the crosshair is displaying. See, that's another thing as well. See, if my global weapon using is 6, it's using the chucker. And it basically then displays the power at the X and the Y. So you see where it says below my health. If I go to the chucker, see it says power 0. That is the crosshair. That's where the crosshair is, but it's not visible. It makes sense? Because the routine that you can see here is displaying that word power 0 here, and that is part of the draw routine of the crosshair. Let me just turn it off and run it again and then turn it back on. I'd hate to think it's just something stupid under the hood, so to speak, that they've, because it wasn't flagged. Oops. Yes, come on, give me the, get down there. Okay, so it's not going to be visible, I know that, because I've got to turn it off. Although, see, because now the power is not visible, because I've got it set as not visible. That really has me stumped. So that's just going to the right image, so the right image is associated with it. It's just getting the X and the Y based on the player, and then it proceeds to move it based on the mouse. I wonder if... No, because the power is appearing in the right location. I was going to change it to the mouse routine that is linked to the view, but it's not that. The power is appearing. The word power is appearing from this. So it's appearing at its X and Y. If it was a depth issue, you wouldn't see, or would you see, because it's a draw. But its X and its Y is displaying the power, so it knows it's there. It's just not visible. That's going to get me completely and utterly flummoxed. Oh, sugar. Why? So I may as well put the sprite back to what it was. And it's not got its middle, that doesn't make any difference. The origin, yeah, the 0, 0. So it really doesn't matter. And I also need to turn off that thing I did before, because that didn't solve anything. So what I need to find out is if a draw routine, a draw text routine, isn't affected by depth. Because if it's not affected by depth, that will be why the power still appears, but the crosshair doesn't. Okay, I need to go and get a fresh drink. I'm going to be going offline in about 15 minutes anyway. Let me go and get a fresh drink. I'm doing too much talking, and yeah, I'll be back in a second here. Let me just go and get a fresh drink. Right, okay. Just found a cat's whisker. Okay, right, so Any thoughts on that? That I don't know. I'm talking to myself and I'm asking myself. That really has me stumped. I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to have to put a post on their forum and ask whether or not a draw text is affected by a depth. Because clearly all the other, not so much maths, all the other conditions are matching. Oops, sorry, just looking at my phone. All the other conditions, all the other routines, all the others, you know, if this then that, is working. I'm going to change the sprite, it doesn't appear. It's just not, it shouldn't really matter that I'm creating. Let's put it below the playfield, because anything that's plus, if you can imagine, that's the floor, and anything above is going closer to the user, and anything below is going away from the user. So 20 should be down here, but it's just not appearing. So that's negative, that's 20, and that's negative 20. And again, it's not appearing, but it's there. Because there's the power. That's gonna really annoy me. Oh, dearie me. Yeah, that's going to annoy me. Why it's not appearing. I am not doing anything with any image alphas. That's just the shrapnel, coin alarm, coin step. That's the only. It's the only image alpha I'm dealing with to do with the coin, to do with the shrapnel. So I'm not even affecting its alpha image. Because if it was maybe just. Shouldn't make any difference whatsoever, because it's not being set to 0, so why should I have to set it to 1? No, it's not appearing. Oh, why? Why? Yeah, I'm gonna have to put something in the forum. I'm gonna have to. Right, I'm going to run this stream 10 minutes longer than normal because I only need to go to the restroom and it's a bit unfair. So let me go to the restroom, I'll be right back, and then I'll continue for the distance that I've not done. So I'll be back. Holy maloli. That was an emergency. Anyways, what was I doing? Yeah. I was being confused as to why my crosshair wouldn't appear. I'm going to run this stream for a few minutes longer than after my 9:30. But I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Doesn't look like anybody else is coming here at the moment. So it's not like anybody missed anything. Because there's only Steve in here at the moment, and he's currently watching Niggert, whoever that is, I don't know. So looks like I'm going to need to put a post on the forum to find out why the bloody hell the crosshair is not appearing. So I can get rid of that. Get rid of that instance create, because that's just adding confusion. I'm looking forward to getting to the end of all this when I can just delete all the code that's commented out, because I clearly don't need it. I have a nasty habit of keeping all the code just in case. See, I wonder, see the way a little bit of that flame is going up? I wish I could get that flamethrower to fade out and not just turn off. Everything's pointing towards the right direction. And the time bomb goes down . And the power is staying . I don't know. I honestly don't know. That hasn't been stumped. I think I'll have to speak to a couple of my buddies as well. Unfortunately, one's in work and the other three are not on my time zone, so they're all actually in bed. One of them's actually quite drunk. He was wondering and explaining and asking me, and he felt that he was using sine and cosine to get home because he was waving all over the place because of the amount of beers he had. I just say he's a lightweight. And he's the one that calls me a dipstick. So I'm a dipstick, he's a lightweight. I don't care. He really has me stumped. It's not a script, it's its own object, and and the depth isn't affecting it, the image alpha is not affecting it, its X and its Y is not affecting it because it's there. It activates when the weapon's collected. Well, yeah, it will do because the... Hold on. Go away. Let me change something here. because I have a lot of variables in debug mode. I have all the weapons. I'm going to just turn that off because I've always got a weapon. We'll be winding this down shortly, just so you know. Okay. I had to implement this shift for quick walking. It's just not appearing. That's got me stumped. It really has me stumped. I'm gonna have to work on this through the week, and then hopefully on Friday of next week, I'll have found some solution via either a forum post, feedback from friends, or just finding the problem myself. So on that note, I'm going to say sayonara. All being well, I will see you on Friday. Don't forget to follow. You should be watching this on my YouTube by now. Subscribe to the YouTube. You'll get notifications when I upload them. And like I said to a couple of people earlier on, I may do earlier streams to accommodate, but it's all down to the amount of people that actually, majority rule basically. If everybody is on American time, I'm going to predominantly do it on American time, but so far most, if not a good 80% of the people who are watching me are all on GMT, GMT +1, so that means I may do a couple of Saturday afternoon streams for a couple of hours, and we'll go from there. But on that note, I will say sayonara. I will speak to you all soon. Have a nice relaxing weekend and be happy wherever you are. Take it easy.